This is an image of my lobby, and I will be breaking down the symbolisms behind the Christmas tree and Santa Claus. So they gave to the world the Druid Celtic sun god named Jesus, and if you put a J in front of it, that is your Jesus, your Jesus, better known also as Lord or Master. Remember that there are two masters. He was also known as the healing savior and the god of harvest. So Jesus is often depicted as a bearded man chopping down a willow tree. He is also associated with the bull. So that's your Jesus, but also Santa Claus, who has a beard too. And Santa Claus is the Pope. So the reading of Zechariah, we were sold onto the bad shepherd, and that's why the Pope has the shepherd's staff. Sheep asleep, St. Peter's, sheep asleep. Worthless shepherd, there he is holding the staff. And as for the Christmas hat, is a pyramid, the top of the pyramid. So Esau was known for sacrificing his victims by stabbing them and hanging them on trees. And Jehoshua was pierced on his side, and he was hung on a tree. Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom both hung on trees. That's during the Inquisition. Especially for our tribal brothers and sisters, you should not be participating in it because that's the real wicked, sinister meaning behind the Christmas tree. And you see the Pope right here? You see how he's dressed like Santa Claus in the white beard? Because he becomes Santa Claus to the world. The reading of the book of Revelation, the rider of the white horse appears twice because he comes for the house of Israel and Jehudah, and then he comes back for the enemies of Israel and Jehudah. Because in the reading of Zechariah, which is a reading about the end times, Jehoshua will be coming in riding on a donkey's colt. He won't be riding on a white horse. And there he goes on top of the white horse. And this is in the Netherlands. There goes Black Pete. Still celebrate this over there, and they do blackface. So Santa Claus is actually the Pope. He becomes Santa Claus to the world. And this represents, because we were sold to the bad shepherd, this is when they take our lands and make us into slaves, captives. I see so many images and videos of children getting upset when they go to visit Santa because I believe they have an intuition and they know who he really represents. And we need to stop lying to our children because both parents work really hard year round to survive in this economy, to give credit to Santa Claus that he's the one bringing gifts and joy to the children of the world. I also covered before the Christmas is Saturnalia, and I explained in past teaching what they would do to the children during this time. He is the bad shepherd, and you see how his arms are crossed in front of him. That's the Popal cross. You see the X for the Knights of Malta, the red shield. That's the top of the pyramid. You see the X, the Santa hat that goes on top of your head. You see the X. You see it right there, the keeper of the keys. So this is your three kings, the Mercury, your Venus, and your Saturn, another tradition that they brought to our lands. And the magos means magicians, and we're not supposed to have anything to do with magic. The ceremony that took place the other day, and he struck the door with his shepherd's staff not once, twice, but 3 times, because Abaddon means 3. But there's another ritual that's about to take place on December 24th. There goes Francis in front of the cross, in front of the dying man on the cross, because they worship the dead. And he will be opening 5 holy doors on December 24th. Remember, there's a the God of the living and the God of the dead, and they worship the God of the dead. So this ceremony that they're happening is going to be to set the captives free. And remember, they were the ones that took our lands and brought us into captivity, the bad shepherd, but the 400 years are up. But there are two set of captives. They're the fallen angels, they're chained up, and then there's us. So those two things go together. Because after the gathering of his people, then everything that is locked up, those fallen angels and everything that has to do with that, is going to be released into the world. That's what that means, because they said that he's also opening Lucifer's tomb as well. As for St. Peter, the keeper of the keys, well, he is Janos. And there you go, Janos and Sibyl. And December 25th is not Yahushua's birthday, but is for the sun god. There you go, for Lucifer. And they will be opening his tomb that day. The ceremony is to set the slaves free and return lands to original owners.
Grace was first created by the Catholic Church. This is not what I was referring to, but this is correct. What I was referring to was around the 1100s, during Alexios III's reign, the Catholic Church implemented something that was blood purity. Anyone who was Anglo-Christian was pure blood. Literally everyone else was impure and they were worthy of death. That was the Crusades. But the document of discovery of 1493, this was the Catholic decree that said any Christian that looked like me had the rightful claim of any and all land and waterways in the world. It basically says that all indigenous people are not human. And this is still in effect today. So the Catholic Church believes that if you are black or brown, you are not human. The Catholic Church believes that all land and water belongs to the Anglo-Christian man. And yet, how many of us allies and accomplices are still Christians? Learn up.
The Pope is opening what? The tomb of Lucifer? What? Help me understand how this can be beneficial in any way. So what's going on? What is the Pope doing besides opening the magical 5 portals on Christmas Eve? Is he really trying to release all the fallen angels? This makes no sense. Make it make sense. This isn't creepy at all. What is up with all of these weird rituals? Like, for real. What are we doing here? Like, what? Yeah, What is this magical staff with that magical blue sphere in there? What is this? And all of this is happening while Mercury, Venus, and Saturn are aligned perfectly over the pyramids of Giza. This happens every 2,373 years, and it happened a few nights ago. On Christmas Eve, the Vatican to open 5 sacred portals for once-in-a-quarter-century ritual. What is this ritual for? Opening up tombs, performing rituals. What are we doing? Are we releasing the fallen angels? Invoking ancient demons? What's going on here? This is some Knights Templars